We're going to have some fun with essential oils, and we're going to show you all there is to know about the Premium Starter Kit and where to get started in introducing essential oils into your home and your lifestyle.
Absolutely. So let's start with what an essential oil is. Tam?
An essential oil is a volatile liquid that is basically the life force of a plant. It's extracted from all parts of plants depending on which oil it is, and the distillation process is different and very specific for trees, shrubs, roots, bushes, rinds. So that's what an essential oil is.
Absolutely.
And it's bioavailable for the body to utilise.
Absolutely. So essential oils help to support your body, help to support your emotional wellness, help to bring balance back to your life. So why would you use an essential oil? So how do you use essential oils, Tam?
So for me, I use essential oils in every area of my life, from applying them topically to my skin, part of my daily skin routine, and using them for meditation, for mindfulness, calming and soothing. So that's inhaling the oils, doing breath meditation with essential oils. And I also use them internally as well. I take them with my supplements. The supplements I use are infused with the essential oils. Young Living produce those kind of things. And in my water and cooking, all kinds of places.
Absolutely, and I'm the same. I use them every morning when I wake up, start the day with a bit of a breath meditation with some oils to help ground and focus me, get my day happening in a positive manner. Use them on my kids, use them for skincare, and emotional wellness, supplements. So I know you've heard us talk a lot about Young Living, and you may not know a lot about what sets Young Living apart from other essential oil companies. So Young Living have their own farms, they grow their own crops, they have partner farms as well. What makes them quite unique is their seed to seal guarantee. So this seed to seal guarantee ensures that you are getting the best quality, most potent essential oils on earth. So from the selection of the seeds, from the planting, from the crop rotation,
no pesticides,
to the harvesting of the crops.
Happy people harvesting crops.
Absolutely. This company even takes care to make sure the employees that they have that are going out onto the field to harvest the plants before distillation, they make sure that their employees only go out there if they're in a good mood and they're having a good day. So down to the way that they distill their essential oils is quite different to a lot of other companies. They take a lot of care with the pressure. They make sure they distill at low heat and low pressure, or different heats and pressures depending on the essential oil. Now, just as an aside, there's a wonderful story about, is it cypress?
Cypress.
Yes, just to, I suppose, showcase what is very special about this company and their production.
So cypress, for most companies, they obtain their essential oils through brokers and all those kind of things. The oils have come from all different places and farms. You don't know whether some of them have come from organic farms and some have come from other areas. But mostly in the cooking process or the distillation process, a cypress oil can be extracted from the cypress bark. It's the timber that it comes from, and it can be cooked at a high pressure, high heat over 2 hours. And for most of us, we'd smell that oil and it would smell very similar to the Young Living cypress oil. However, because Young Living are committed to the integrity of that oil and having the highest constituent value possible for each plant, they are rigorously tested along the process of every distillation. Young Living cypress is cooked for a low pressure, low temperature for close to 20 hours?
24 hours.
24 hours, somewhere around there, because every crop will have a different need for its distillation based on when those constituents are ready. Mother Nature provides us different seasons, and that plant has had to face different things and defend itself in the winters and the fall and the summers and spring. So that oil will have 180 of the key constituents present if the distillation goes for a specific time. If it's overcooked, we'll burn those off, And if it's undercooked, those constituents won't yet have come out of the plant to actually be present in the essential oil. So it's very important. If you think about like slow cooking our food and getting all those flavours and that's rich kind of texture out, the way that we do when we slow things down a bit, that's what we're referring to when we're talking about getting those constituents out of the plant. So that's just one example, and there's many, many more, because Young Living have hundreds of different oils from all over the world, and their farms are everywhere across the globe. So.
Absolutely, and excuse me, their processes are very unique. So they're not like your stock standard company that's after the fragrance. And you're not going to know any better whether those constituents are in there or not until you try the oil and you're not getting the benefit that you expect. Whereas with Young Living, it's of utmost importance that they get all those constituents to you as nature intended. So we have the seed to seal guarantee, which
and you can look at that on the website. You can go www.seedtoseal.com and you can talk a bit more about what that is.
Absolutely. So it's just ensuring that, as we discussed, from sourcing the seed to planting the seed in the ground, to growing the crops, to harvesting the crops, to the distillation process, up until that oil is put in the bottle, that it is beyond organic, that we have happy employees that are harvesting and working with those oils, that they're nurturing and making sure that every key constituent is there for you. And the reason that I suppose we talk so much about the constituents is that if you're using an oil and you're expecting some kind of a benefit from it, you want that benefit to be deep. You want to feel that benefit, and you want to feel it for a long period of time. So you don't want it as a short-lived relief.
Yeah. And that's what we talk about, living the essential oil lifestyle, the Young Living lifestyle. It's about actually how do we stay above the wellness line. We're not looking at sickness, illness. Robin and I, neither of us are scientists or medical professionals, so we're not here to treat, diagnose or cure, and it's really important that you know that. But we are talking about how to give you the optimum experience of your health, your wellness, and also live with purpose and abundance. So
absolutely,
it kind of covers all those things. The other thing that just popped into mind then, which I'd like to mention, I'm not going to go into detail, and if you want to find out more, just look it up, is the 5x5 pledge, which is the sustainability commitment of Young Living. In 5 years, they're going to be, their commitment is to go waste-free. They're going to, all these 5x5 things. So in 5 years, a company of this size to be committed, family-owned and operated company, to be committed to sustainability to that level is profound. So check that out, 5x5 Pledge by Young Living online, and you'll find out all this amazing information. But let's get into oils so that we can share some of the information we've got to...
Wonderful. Just before we get into the oils, I also just wanted to briefly discuss how these constituents get into our body. So I'm not sure if we've discussed that we inhale them. We can put them on topically, or I believe it's the French method is ingestion. So Young Living have a whole gamut of different products, not just essential oils. They have some supplements that are actually infused with essential oils. So the oils are benefiting our body via ingestion. Topically applying the oils, they will get into our bloodstream within 2 to 3 seconds. They will be available to every cell in our body within 20 minutes. They actually cross the blood-brain barrier as well. So that's something very unique with essential oils, is that they go where other things don't go. And that's why it's very important that your essential oils are pure, because if they're going into your body and into your cells, you don't want them carrying synthetic crap along with them.
So very small molecule, very powerful and very potent, able to get into places and actually help our health system function at its highest.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a quick chat about Premium Starter Kit, because that is one of the most common ways that people will start their Young Living journey. We have a whole variety of Premium Starter Kits, but the one today that we're going to discuss is the Essential Oil Premium Starter Kit. So it comes with this beautiful diffuser, the Desert Mist Diffuser, which has 2 different diffusing settings. This is an ultrasonic diffuser, so it uses a vaporization, so that the oils aren't actually heated. A lot of people talk about burning their oils, and that destroys these valuable constituents that we're talking about. This is a cold diffuser. So the vapor that comes out is cool. The constituents are intact. Are we going to take it off? Not take it off?
We can take it off.
Okay. So there's 2 different diffusing settings, plus there is a whole gamut of light settings.
The water goes in there. So we place the water in there. There's a line that says, that shows us, indicates where we can put the water into, and then in that water, just drop 3 to 4, 4 to 6 drops of the essential oil you choose, and then these live molecules will start to live in the fibres of our home and be surrounding us with all the support that they have.
Sounds beautiful. And it does have an automatic shut off. So once that reservoir is empty, you don't have to worry about turning it off. It will automatically shut off. The only thing is that the light will stay on with this one. But there's a whole different variety of diffusers that you can include in your premium starter kit, not just this one. So your starter kit will come in this cute little box, all about the beautiful packaging. And we've already taken the oils out, so there aren't oils in here. Okay, so the oils will be at the front. Always remember to take it off, because there have been situations where people have thrown out half the contents of their starter kit, not realising that there's a secret compartment. In the secret compartment you're going to get some Thieves waterless hand sanitizer, which is non-toxic. So when you put it on your hands and then you eat your food, you're not eating synthetic crap.
Okay, we've got a little bottle of Stress Away. So you come with the 10 oils that is in the top tray, and then the Stress Away will be hiding there in the bottom of your starter kit. And yep, we'll take that back out. And your Ningxia Red, which is your wolfberry pulp. It's a whole fruit. And it's also got your essential oils. It's a fantastic supplement.
Absolutely. And if you're not sure what wolfberry is, it's pretty much the same as goji berry. So it is a very bioavailable, highly nutritious
antioxidant drink.
Beautiful, and it's delicious as well. You'll get a little roller filament, which you can pop onto one of your essential oils so that you can just roll it directly onto your body, and some little sharing information cards. So we'll pop this away.
Take that.
Okay then, so let's get started with some of the oils in our premium starter kit. Which one will we start with, Tam?
I think you'd like to start with lavender. That's where we kick off with our beautiful lavender. Great for all things skin, mood. It's fantastic to really calm and soothe the mood. Fantastic for all ages, so everyone in the family can benefit from lavender, including our pets. So
absolutely,
leave our fur babies out of the conversation. What would you use lavender for?
I use lavender on my skin, and I also use lavender with the kids, and also with my dog. So I will often, with my pup, just pop a drop of lavender on my palm, give my hands a rub, and then just rub her fur just to help her calm a little bit. With the kids, I will often massage a drop on their feet at night if they're a little bit restless and they're not sleeping. It's not that the lavender makes you sleep, it just calms you, clears your mind, and helps that nice restful sleep come naturally.
And the one we found in the bottom of our little starter kit is Stress Away. Stress Away has lavender in it.
It does.
It also has copaiba, cedarwood,
lime,
and vanilla. So that's the ingredients of this blend called Stress Away. Really great for any breath, mindfulness, inhalation, wear it as a perfume. Understand also that it's got lime in it, so I'm not wanting to put it on my head and then go out into the sun.
We missed ocotea.
Ocotea is in this as well.
Amazing oil.
Yeah. So be aware that any oils that are citrus are generally UV sensitive, and we don't want to go out into direct sunlight or go into anywhere that there's UV light exposure within, they say 24 to 72 hours depending on which oil it is. So any of the blends that contain a citrus oil, so this has lime oil in it, make sure that where you're applying it, if you're going outdoors, it's actually under your clothing and protected. But I'll place that on my wrists, behind my ears, I'll use it for breath meditation or inhalation. I love placing it on my children's feet just before bed, and it's a brilliant oil to diffuse.
Absolutely.
Really great if you're stuck in that headspace of overthinking, over-analysing things, and you want to stop that and be able to actually just calm and soothe yourself, come back into your body, be grounded. The cedarwood is a very big tree. It's a great oil for bringing yourself back in, and I think that anyone who tries stress away will be pleasantly surprised with the aroma too, because it's quite gorgeous.
Absolutely. And with stress away, it's a great oil in the fact that you can use it to begin your day, and you can use it to wind your day down, because it will help your body's natural processes of that waking up cycle and then that sleep cycle. So it is a really unique and brilliant oil, and my girls love to use that as their perfume. They'll put it on every morning before they go to school, and everyone comments at how delicious they smell, because it really does smell delicious. It's like a dessert.
Yeah. And I think one thing I'd like to say here is that, you know, I've learnt and discovered over my journey with Young Living for just over 7 years now, is, you know, when we're conditioned to believe in Western medicine only, we're also generally thinking of targeted results. Whereas when we look at the essential oils and natural complementary or integrated health, we actually find out that these essential oils, depending on where we're at and what our body needs, they can uplift and invigorate us. At the same time, when our body clock, like you were referring to before, it needs rest, it needs to calm and go into a sleep cycle, it can also do that, and that's the very same oil. Okay.
Absolutely.
So the way that we engage and interact with the oil, and the way the oils work with us, is quite profound, and you'll get that as you walk through your own journey and discover those
Absolutely.
things.
And as you said before, it's like they have that innate intelligence. They know what to do.
Yep.
It's not targeted to one specific outcome.
So where would you like to go next?
Let's go frankincense, because I love my oil, my skin oils.
Frankincense. Anybody knows the biblical oils referred to over 1,100 times in scriptures are essential oils, and frankincense, one of the ones we know the 3 wise men brought for baby Jesus. And this, you know, in all Ayurvedic medicine, Eastern medicine, frankincense was a life-giving oil. You know, it was the one oil that if you were wealthy enough, it was worth more to you than gold. Because it was so good for your health and for your life-giving properties. So frankincense, fantastic for skin, as Robin said.
Absolutely, and I honestly, every night of my life, since I've discovered frankincense, I will put it, and I do put it neat, because I am a seasoned oiler, and I will put it under my eyes. Wonderful on the skin, amazing soothing properties. It is one of our culinary oils. So frankincense is also, I have a bit of an addiction to having a drop of frankincense under my tongue before I go to bed at night. When I used to drink coffee, I used to like it in my coffee. A really, really unique and beautiful oil, amazing to meditate with as well.
Very spiritual. Also for parents out there, if you've got young ones, put the oil on yourself and you'll become the human diffuser. Frankincense is great, just put over the heart, inhale, that way it's, you know, the aroma is permeating from you, great on the feet, brilliant oil to have around environments where you want to bring that soothing and that calm, and also a greater awareness and consciousness to that space.
Absolutely.
Copaiba.
Copaiba took me, I think, 2 years to learn how to pronounce properly. Copaiba is amazing. Copaiba, in my opinion, is a very similar oil in a lot of regards to frankincense. So I also use it under my eyes. Is it one of our culinary oils?
I'm not sure about that.
I can't remember. But anyway, so Copaiba,
I don't think it is yet a culinary oil.
So Copaiba is beautiful for the skin as well. It has really unique properties in the fact that it helps, a lot of people say it amplifies, but it helps other oils find their pathway. Yeah, that is it, exactly. Helps the other oils get to their destination a lot more easily. So if you're using something, you know, say you've got your tired muscles, after you've been exercising, and we will discuss Panaway later, but you popped on your Panaway and you're just not getting the result you want, then you pop a drop of copaiba on top, and that will help get it to its destination a little bit faster.
So copaiba is one of those oils. What Robin's talking about there is layering. And what I like to think is all of these oils have their own energy and personality, right? And sometimes, just like people, we're social creatures, we can do so much on our own, but collectively we can do so much more. So the synergistic effects of the oils working together with our body, with our consciousness, so bringing intention behind the oils, allowing them the freedom to work in our body, is really, really powerful. And copaiba is the go-to backup team member to really push the oils to where you want them to go. So combined with all of those areas, we're looking for the most profound results, and copaiba is the oil to look at for that.
It's got a very, very faint scent as well.
Very subtle smell.
It's one that I can't really smell very clearly, but a lot of people can.
Yep.
So
that's copaiba.
let's go peppermint. Let's jazz it up a bit with peppermint.
So if I was ever stranded on a deserted island and there was only one oil I could take with me, every day of my life it's about peppermint, okay?
Wow.
I love peppermint. It's peppermint I put in my water. I use peppermint for the cooling sensation on the skin, but also it uplifts and invigorates. It's a great energizer. I've got peppermint constantly with me if I'm driving a long distance. The way I would use peppermint, very simply, place a drop in my hand. Now 1 drop of peppermint oil is the herbal equivalent of 28 peppermint teas. So that gives you a little bit of understanding as to what an essential oil is in comparison to a herb, right? So a dried herb is the leaf. It doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of essential oil left in it, whereas an essential oil is the life force of the plant. So with the peppermint, we put it on our hand. Be mindful not to get peppermint in or close to the eyes. The fumes will actually make the eyes water. If you do, as a side, get any essential oil in your eyes, make sure that you flush it out with a fatty oil, so an olive oil or something like that.
Or even milk.
Yes, milk, but not water or saline, because that will actually push and drive the essential oil deeper into your eyes, and it's quite painful. I have done it. So with peppermint, if you're new to peppermint, don't bring it right up like I'm going to. But yeah, just bringing it up. I close one nostril with my finger, inhale, and just get that sense of that peppermint going through and opening up everything. It's just so refreshing, and it's amazing at.
And it's interesting as well, just to re-emphasise what Tam said about how concentrated these oils are. A little goes a long way, and less is more. Like the oils are so concentrated, you really don't want to overdo it. You don't want to be wasteful with your oils, I suppose is where I'm going. You'll get just as much benefit out of 1 drop, especially when you're new to oils, as you will out of. So when you're popping it in your diffuser, you don't have to use half a bottle of oil to get your room smelling vibrantly. And there is also that situation, and I always forget the term, it's olfactory overload, where you may get to the point where you can't smell your oils in your room anymore. You've been diffusing the peppermint and now you can't. And it is a mechanism where our nose gets a little bit desensitized to the actual fragrance, but it is still there and it is still doing its thing. If someone walks in the door, they're going to smell that essential oil that you've got in the diffuser.
And the other great thing about peppermint is, or any of the oils, is that in a bottle, a 5 ml bottle, there's approximately between 100 and 110 drops of essential oil. So if we're thinking the potency of 1 drop of peppermint oil, okay, that's a lot of applications in this 5 ml bottle. 15 ml bottle, 3 times the amount, so 300 to 330. Some of the oils are different colours, some of the oils are different consistencies, so thin and thick.
Yes.
We've got our more resin kind of based viscous oils like your myrrh and vetiver and things like that. So have some patience getting some of them out of the bottle. I wouldn't suggest that you, when we're going through, that you kind of get too frustrated and try and get them out. We prefer to train people not to touch the orifice at the top, so keep that uncontaminated and allow that drop to actually drop into your hand. A drop of oil dropping.
So just dropping through your aura, so to speak.
Aura
so that's
field.
dropping into your
Through your
personal
energy,
space.
yeah. And this one is RC. You want to talk about RC because you know a whole lot about RC.
Look, I was never a fan of RC. There's another one that I did prefer over RC. I only got RC because it came in my starter kit, and I kind of left it quite a while to use it. It is amazing. This is wonderful for helping open up the airways. It's a wonderful oil to help support those seasonal changes. It's nice and gentle for children. I'm actually going to refer to my notes to check what's in it because I always forget what is in the blends because a lot of them are quite similar. So RC is the one that has got 3 different types of eucalyptus. So it's got our radiata, it's got globulus, and it's also got citrodora. So it's got 3 different eucalyptuses. So even just saying that, you can imagine that kind of invigorating inhalation. It's also got myrtle, which is a beautiful Australian oil, black spruce, peppermint, pine, lavender, marjoram, the herb of happiness, and cypress. So just with that array of oils, you can imagine how invigorating and awakening that oil is.
RC is great for creating movement in the body. Okay, so anywhere we want things to move out and bring in new energy and uplift our whole system, RC is the go-to oil for that. So
absolutely, and nice and gentle for kids. I'll often pop, during the winter months, if my kids are feeling a bit sluggish, I'll often pop a drop of RC on their back, just so that they can breathe that in as they sleep, and so that those molecules can get in and do some good.
Great. And next we've got purification. Now purification, after peppermint, I think is the must-have handbag oil or carry with you everywhere you go. Once again, it's brilliant for skin. A lot of essential oils. If you look into the history of essential oils, how they've been used over thousands of years, they are wonderful for how they help our skin. And our skin is our biggest organ, and it also absorbs everything and takes it into our system. So purification on skin is fantastic. It's really great to help neutralize odors. So anywhere in the kitchen with some baking soda, put it together.
In the
carpets and stuff like that. Great oil in the home if you've got animals and pets. So really fantastic for your cleaning. Surface spray. We've got Thieves, which we'll talk about in a moment. There's a house cleaning product that's essential oils based, and a couple of drops in that for a surface spray on the counter is brilliant.
Purification's really good. When I got my pup, when she was little and she was a bit naughty and she used to wee everywhere, we pretty much just sprayed our carpet with some diluted purification. She really didn't like, I don't know, I'm just looking at, is it the citronella? I wasn't sure if it was that or the lemongrass. And that just deterred her from going back and marking that area again because it took away that pea smell. So purification has got the oils of lemongrass, rosemary, tea tree, myrtle, citronella, and lavender, which isn't the same as lavender. It's a slightly different, it's a different hybrid. So it's an amazing, as Tam said, for the skin. If I get the odd, blemish that will pop up, purification, it's amazingly gentle as well. I would not have thought ever that I would put this on my skin, let alone on my face. A really beautiful oil. And
you heard by the ingredients that Robin was talking about, have a look online and find some recipes in making hair spritzers, right? So our children go to school every day. We want to keep our kids, free from everything that comes home with them and creates annoyances in our home. So create a purification hair spritzer and help keep us protected. And then also turn that into a body spritzer for our outdoor evenings in the summer nights and things like that, so we can enjoy that pest-free. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to
Thieves.
Thieves.
You mentioned
Thieves.
Thieves, so let's move on to Thieves. Now, Thieves is a really unique blend. It's a Young Living proprietary blend. I think it was one of our original blends. It contains, and these are some really powerful oils: clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So it is a phenomenal oil to help the body protect itself.
Yep.
And as Tam mentioned, it's in our cleaning range. So it, the household cleaner that comes as a concentrate, its active ingredient, so to speak, is this Thieves blend.
Yep.
And I use that to clean my toilets, I clean my floors, I clean my chopping board, I clean the bench top. The dog's feet get sprayed with it if she's been out and about and maybe stepped in some doggy poop. And yeah, it's just such a versatile, amazing oil.
And if you want to know more about Thieves, I definitely recommend Google's your friend. Have a look at Google and see also, you know, what Thieves, how it's originated and where it came from the stories of the 1400s, 14th century. There you go. And also how the combination of those five oils become so powerful in our lives. So the cloves, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus and lemon, they're very, very special when they work together, and like I mentioned before, that teamwork is really powerful.
And as I mentioned, this is a very proprietary, unique. Young Living is the only company that has this particular blend. It's one of the most copied oils, but because I suppose we hold the license, I suppose that's what you'd call it, no one is going to come close. So you swap out one of those oils and you replace it with something else, you're not getting the same action.
I think you're talking from a bit of experience there. Robin came to me after failing over and over again at trying to formulate her own Thieves. So hence why this is a big topic for Rob. But
absolutely.
You know, I didn't have that background, but I knew that in the end, the only thing she wanted from me was Thieves because she couldn't make it, and that was a very big defining moment in her oily journey.
Absolutely.
So let's go to Digest here. We've got Digest now. This is an interesting mix of oils and super powerful. The oil I will turn to if I've gone out and eaten too much food, any kind of digestive things that I'd like to really support and get myself through. And what's in
So
Digest?
We've got tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, aniseed and patchouli. So just quite an amazing, and it's got the most unique, I think it might be like the fennel and the aniseed that's in there. It's just the most unique smell and lovely. And also for the kids as well, just to support, you know, that feeling you get when you've overdone it a bit and you just feel a bit queasy. Brilliant.
It's also great if you are feeling, you know, very hungry and you haven't quite made it to getting to where you need to be to eat the food you need to eat. You know, use Digest to help that kind of digestive support there and your feelings around your hunger. So that'd be great.
Have we done lemon?
So we haven't yet done lemon.
Haven't done lemon. Lemon, little drops of sunshine. Lemon is a beautiful oil. Obviously, as we've spoken, because these oils are so concentrated and potent, it literally is like you've just, you know, sprayed lemon rind around your house. It is a very refreshing, uplifting fragrance, very bright and cheery.
So studying, if you've got people, yourself or your children or family and friends that are wanting to actually really focus, and diffusing lemon or any of the citrus oils, really, really good for concentration. And there's actually, if you have a look at some of the research that's been done around lemon, you'll find some incredible things around concentration and focus from just as simple as diffusing the citrus oils in that space. So,
and as we spoke about before, it's a photosensitive oil, so even though it smells amazing, it probably wouldn't be your best choice for a fragrance replacement. And it is one of our culinary oils. So this
put a drop in your water.
Yeah, beautiful in your water, refreshing, cooking, in your tea, cooking.
Yeah, and if you're going to replace or add it to like your lemon meringues and things like that, just make sure that, you know, the essential oil is a really potent flavour, so it's really rich in its flavour, but you're not going to be able to replace the volume, so you might want to actually just add it to the lemon juice. If it says, you know, calls for 1/4 cup of lemon juice, you can use that flavouring of the essential oil to really give that, you know, extra kick of lemon.
Beautiful.
And our final oil,
is that the final one?
I think it is.
I think it is.
This is
Hanaway.
Hanaway is one of the there's 3 oils in the premium starter kit that I'd hold near and dear to yourself for value, right?
Yes.
So Panaway and frankincense are definitely up there, and I didn't realise this when I first got my oils until I needed to reorder them. Okay, so Panaway and frankincense, to replace these 2 oils in your kit, are some of the most valuable oils. Okay, so you're getting, I think this Panaway is about 60 Australian dollars to replace this 5 ml bottle. Okay, so love and nurture and respect every drop of this oil, but also know that it's very special and it's going to help you in many, many different ways. It's great before training, so if you're out there wanting to exercise, you wanted to really open up your muscles to be moving well and stretching well and all those kind of things. And then also on the other side of exercise, Panaway coupled with peppermint, fantastic for your muscles as they wind down from your exercise.
And it's a real invigorating oil.
Sporting feel, kind of liniment smelling thing with the wintergreen. You're going to talk about the wintergreen, the helichrysum.
So we've got wintergreen, clove, helichrysum and peppermint. So just an amazing combination. So there you have it. And really they've selected these particular oils for the starter kit based on the fact that there's pretty much an oil there for every need that you will have.
Yeah.
So as we said, we're not doctors, we're not scientists, we're not encouraging you to not go and seek medical attention for something, but you know, as a first port of call for something to help soothe, they're wonderful. So
and we're here really with our passion, our experience of what the oils have brought into our lives and for our family and friends. We're here as a resource for everybody we introduce to the essential oils, and that's why it's super important. You know, you get them. The thing that makes me the saddest is if somebody orders their kit, they're so excited, and then I speak to them like 6 months later, well, they haven't opened it, or they've only bought it for the lavender and they know what to do with that, and they don't know what to do with the other 10 oils, all right? Or maybe there's 3 that you know what to do with, right? So that's where you get to utilise Robin and I as a resource. All the training we've done, I've been to the International Grain Convention in Salt Lake City in Utah twice. Robin's attended the symposium. Robin's just about to complete her raindrop technique practitioner course, which is a phenomenal and amazing technique. I'm a trained practitioner of that, and also we do the emotional healing as well. So we've been to many, many seminars, we've done workshops, we do online training, reading and research. We tap into all of the science, the breaking science that Young Living are committed to, working globally with some of the world's best research scientists to work out what is actually happening in the human body. And there's so many constituents present in our nature and natural products that science is just constantly catching up.
Absolutely.
And you know, we've sent our oils up with NASA through our skies into
the
space
station, just to see how they interact with ultraviolet light.
Yeah, and be tested and measured that way.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's it. That's our tour through the premium starter kit. You guys, I hope you've got lots out of this. And you know, please
reach out if you need some help. We're here to support you. And most importantly, when you get your starter kit, open your oils and start using them, even if it's as simple as a morning breath meditation to help you start your day. You are going to just reap the benefits.
Haven't yet made the commitment to get the premium starter kit in your life, it's a very simple online purchase. Basically, from the reference of Robin and myself, you go online, you put in a number which will say that you're then going to be supported and part of our team, and we help you every step of the way. And you purchase online, just like setting up a membership of Amazon or eBay or anything like that, and then they get shipped directly to your door. Within a week, you'll have your products delivered, and then we can start to explore the journey of essential oils with you. So that's very exciting.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, if anyone's out there wanting to build a business in a home-based business and kind of take on your life, and the thing that I would encourage everyone to do is, if personal development is your thing, Young Living is a company that you journey in your way of really expanding your awareness of yourself and your health, and you're supported by some incredible people.
And
so
it's a beautiful community to be part of. Really,
It's
really
like
nice people.
We're
Really
fun.
nice
We have
people.
a lot of fun. And there's lots of travel opportunities and things like that. But let's get started with Premium Starter Kit, what it's going to make a difference in your life, and be sure to look us up and reach out for us. So thank you.
Bye for now.
See ya.